Troops, Reilly's Gaff is sponsored by El Dorado Tonic Wine. I love this stuff. Big James loves this stuff. And you're going to love it as well. Go get yourself a bottle at convenience stores all over Scotland, or you can get it online on Amazon as well. Go get yourself a wee bottle, crack it open, and enjoy the podcast.
Day-to-day the shit change, but you know for the most part nothing indifferent. Sometimes be stuck in my ways, weekend fucked up in somebody's kitchen, sticking my hand, I'm chilling with the troops and my few cans down, so I walk like Winston. Trust me, I wake up hanging, you think that I'm leaving this bed, you're kidding, I'm sitting on back in the pad, get deep fried and I smoke some packs of the grass, put the feet up, kick back and relaxing at best, no I'm sitting on Reilly's Gaff.
Mr. Dallas.
Hello there.
I know, I don't normally like starting them like that, know what I mean? Like pure like, hello. I like the way you start yours. Your podcast's good, man. The way you start, it starts mid-convo, that's the best way to do it, I think. Aye.
But usually it's because they start talking, just in general, and I'm like, fuck, man, we should really be getting this on.
Aye.
Just press record and all the different things, and then I find a bit, but I'm like, that looks like we could technically start there when we're editing it.
Aye.
So it ends up being like that.
It's I think it's a cool way of doing it. I don't know we don't really care about it. just a couple of guys shooting the shit in here, man. No, but your podcast, Heavy Good, I was talking to you about it the other day, mate. It's heavy good, man.
I appreciate that, mate. Thank you. We're just getting started, man. So it's the start of the journey. Heavy Good podcast. Give it a swatch. If you like it, cool. If you don't, well, fuck you, man. But like, it's been a fun experience. We did try to start it like that at first. Hi, welcome to the show and blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't talk like this, man.
No, it can be awkward. And sometimes I suppose you just don't get guests on, but sometimes we'll try and start it like that with a guest, and they don't realise that's us starting it. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite weird to go, by the way, we're on now.
Aye.
But no, I was listening to one the other day and it made me laugh because you were talking about Gio face up on a can and he was calling you old,
mate.
And he called you old about 5 times
in one sentence.
That's...
One sentence. Listen, can you do this advert? They were saying they needed an older guy, and they were like, I know an older guy, so fucking I thought you're the older guy we need and all that. So anyway, they needed an older guy with partner, and I was like, fuck's sake, mate, like I get it, man. I get it. You know what I mean?
It's
don't need beat me out of the fucking head with it, man.
Aye, because see, when I was younger, I always thought, I was always of this thing. Now you think about dying, right? One day you're like, I'll be old and I'll just die one day. And Mate,
I saw a thing the other day, right? I'm turning 40 at the end of this month. So see, at the very end of this month, the day 27th of July is my birthday, right? The day after that, I am technically closer to 60 than I'm to 20. And when I saw that, it scared the shit out of me, man.
It is scary, isn't it? It's scary getting older, because even saying something like that just made me feel all that scary. Getting old. 28.
Oh, fuck up, yeah.
No, but then I thought, then I go,
my life, man.
Aye, exactly. No, I do feel like that, but then I meet like Gio.
Aye.
And he's like
12.
You make a reference and he's like, what?
Oh, mate. Aye.
You're like, oh my God, I'm actually old now.
I feel like a pensioner when I'm talking to him, mate. We had to get the train through to go and film this thing the other day, and I was saying, oh, it's not, and fucking talking about stuff, and like he's like, oh, I could see in his eyes, he's like, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
It's like a different language, and see when you feel it come. I think I referenced like Frankie Kakoza, mind him, that was on the X Factor and they had the mad hair, and I was saying how he was asking about us in school or something, and I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to be like Frankie Kakoza. I had this wild hair and all that, and I just seen the blank look, and I was like, oh my God, man.
That's the thing with your podcast and all, man. Like when I looked at the stats on like Spotify, it's like up to the age of 27, there's hardly any cunt, and then it just rockets up as soon as it hits 27 to like 45. There's a lot of times, do you remember Harry Enfield and chums? Do you remember fucking this and that? Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And all these young cunts must listen and go, what is he even talking about, man?
Aye.
So, aye. But guess what, mate? You've got ages to go before you start feeling old, because when you hit 30 at first you're like that, it's just 30. It's not that old, man. 30 isn't old at all. Then you get about 35 and you're like, I'm only in the middle of 30.
Aye.
I'm in the middle. Then you get about 38 and you're like, well, I'm no near 40. And then see, when you get to the cusp of 40, the precipice where I'm standing right now, mate, it hits you like a ton of bricks, man. And it's only in the past couple of weeks, mate, I've started going, I'm old, man.
Aye, that's scary, isn't it? Because, like, to me, and I'm not trying to make you even more scared, me being 40 is unthinkable, mate. But then to Gio, him being like 28 is like, it's crazy. But because see, when I was younger, I always thought, now obviously you think about sort of, what if I'm old and I just die and all that. And I came to a mad, I don't know if I was trying to make peace with it, but I was like, I bet when I'm like 80, you'll kind of go, no, what, I've fucking had enough of this.
I'll tell you something terrifying. I, every now and again, go for a drink with my dad and his pals, right? Because I like it. Old man pub. Like, they're literally a dying breed, these people. Literally, right? So, his pals are all like, my dad's like mid-60s. Some of his pals are like 70, 71, 72. And it was one of them, the other week there, was like to me. So I thought the exact same as you. Like, when I get there, I'll accepted it. A lot of my pals have went, and I'll be like, I've made peace with this now, you know, death's just a part of life. And he turned to me and went, I don't want to die, I'm terrified of dying.
Oh, no, man.
I was like, what? I thought when you got up to that age, you go easier. And they went, no, mate, it's just scarier. And I was like, what, mate? Fucking scarier. He's like, mate, I just know that any moment I could just fucking drop dead. And I was like, oh no, man.
You get the next round, mate. That is fucking terrifying.
So I thought the same as you. I thought as more people passed away that were for your generation and you dealt with death more and more, that you'd come to accept it more and more. And I told myself that until he told me that, and mate, I sat awake that night in my bed like that. Well, that's fucking terrifying.
And that is terrifying. Because like, I don't know if it's just a thing you see in movies, but now like the old relative and it's like the pure head of the family, and that they're about to go, and she's like, it's my time, I'm ready to go. I don't know if that happens in real life, but
no, you shit yourself, you know what I mean? Literal diarrhea. Fucking start vomiting, screaming. Sheila, no! I can't breathe.
I want to.
That's her away. She's from.
Fight it, man.
Take the wings out of here. Get the wings out of here.
That's fucking terrifying, man. I always thought, like, now that way you ever think, like, what if I could pick a way to go out? Because me and Jamie, by the way, Jamie forgot that he was staying in Penrith the night, which I don't. You have seen Jamie Kelly. That is the most Jamie Kelly thing you could ever do. Guy just forgot he was staying overnight somewhere. Baffling, man.
It's my fault though, because we were meant to be filming last week. We got confused with the dates. We both got confused.
I don't know. That was the biggest fucking swirl ever of being like, wait, no, but technically you said that, but then I said that, and it got lost. But we and him would talk about, like, he kind of wants to go just being like 90 and just fall asleep and go, oh. But I kind of think if you're going to die, you might as well go out in a pure blaze of glory. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Something like a fucking...
Carrying a fucking truck into a fucking petrol station, explodes. Take a bunch of people at the game and all that.
Just end a bunch of people. You know what I mean? Just go, because like whoever remembers some
get some column inches in the paper, know what I mean, man?
Because like
you remember my fucking name, man? Took out half a fucking Clarkson, man. Bang.
See, but now the way, like, obviously Elvis is a pure megastar, but everybody knows he was just like sort of full of drugs and died on the toilet. So that's memorable. Whereas like nobody goes, oh, mind Bruce Forsyth, he just fucking fell asleep and died. Know what I mean? Nobody remembers that shit.
You might go like Tommy Cooper.
How did he go?
He went on stage during a Royal Variety performance, man. It was in I think it was the year I was born, 1985. Tommy Cooper was this amazing comedian, like mega famous. Just like the wee fez and all that. He was like a very visual comedian, so a lot of movements and all that. And he just fucking had this, it's like a big smoking jacket on and his fez and all that. And he just, it's grim, man. He just fell into the curtain and it's like that. And he just slides down the curtain, and then fucking the main curtain in front of it just comes down, and his foot's still sticking out, man.
Like crematorium.
Mate, you see him pull him away, I think his leg just goes in. That's him, he's dead, mate. I think they cut to the adverts, man. Something about Perso or fucking, you know what I mean? Some advert for something. Came back, and Tommy Cooper was pan breed, man. I don't know if they kept the show going. I think they did. The show goes on.
The show goes on. My own heart, mate. The pay-per-view must go on, man.
I remember the night that happened, the Owen Hart thing where he fell for the roof, and fucking I'm like 14-year-old watching it live on pay-per-view, and I think me and my cousin shared the room at the time, my older cousin, he must have been like fucking cum down or something like that. I'm waiting hard, like, Barry mate, fucking Owen Hart's He's like, I don't care, who's Owen Hart? Who's Owen Hart? It's a wrestler. Mark, leave me the fuck alone.
Aye, get the fuck.
I'll be boy like that. I could have just died on the telly. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose that was because I would have only been, was it 99, 98?
99.
So I was only 3 or something, so I never really witnessed that. But then watching all the shit after that, and it's weird because see that, what's her name, Martha Hart, not his, I think it's his missus.
Aye.
She's held a grudge of that with the WWE for like.
Well, her husband fought his death. They went to a pay-per-view, of course.
But no, but I thought she would have been like sort of saying that's sort of widespread in wrestling, but now she's like involved with.
It's not widespread in wrestling. Cunts falling for the roof, mate. Like that's a one-off.
I suppose.
It's no one of one. Fucking limited edition, mate.
Aye.
He's the only cunt that's done that.
But is that? No, it's not a good way to go. Dying in front of a bunch of people.
Mate.
I don't want to die in front. I know I'm saying I want to go out in a blaze of glory, but I'd want to maybe do it solo.
So let's go back to that then, right? So how do you want to die?
I was thinking something involving a helicopter. All the greats go out in a helicopter, man. Kobe and that. That's a great way to. It's so dramatic as well. The footage. Oh, there's a WhatsApp video of Evan Reilly fucking dying on a helicopter. It's just a helicopter.
Gone viral one last time, man.
Aye. My most viewed video. I didn't get to see it, man. Brutal. But I don't want to die in front of a bunch. I don't want people watching like, oh, that cunt's fucking looks like he's dying out there, man.
Aye, like Tommy Cooper.
Aye, that's terrible, mate.
And they're all eyes must be part of his act, man. He's got to jump up in a minute and do something. And made it just went, oh, he's not getting up, man. Just pull it away, man.
What's other mad death? Like, is that the only death that's been like on the middle of a show? I suppose Owen Hart as well.
No, fuck's sake, man. Not really in the UK that I can think of, but like in America, there was fucking. There was a thing where a news reporter blew his own brains out. That was in the 70s, and I think there was a few different ones like that. I think I watched a YouTube video once where it was like a bunch of them in a row, 10 videos of wacky Americans blowing their brains out. I'm like, what?
It's mad the shit you'll watch.
America's crazy, man. Like America, like, whenever you're there's just an air of fucking somebody could pull a gun out at any time, I feel.
It kinda, I don't want to say it puts me off because I've only ever been done the classic, like got took to Florida when I was 5.
Aye.
And I don't remember. All I remember is how fat people were. I'd never seen people quite that. And like being at the breakfast buffet.
Like carts to drive about.
I know because you're all just because you're that fat.
Obese, man.
That's crazy.
A pallet, you know what I mean? You're going about in a fucking forklift, man.
Have you been like all about America?
No, only really Orlando and New York and New York State. So I've been to different bits outside New York City and Toronto and Niagara Falls and that. So I've not really been like all different places.
Was any to do with wrestling or was it just holidays?
So Orlando, first time was a holiday, second time was WrestleMania because ICW had a fucking, our title was being defended at Access, which is the thing before Mania, where they have all the people doing the signings, they had wrestling in like a corner of this big convention centre, and there was like different like people that were known Mania, like NXT wrestlers and all that sort of shit. So there was like, they were just starting the thing where they were working with like Progress Wrestling, ICW and all these things. And our champ at the time was, I can't remember if it was Wolfgang or Trent Seven, whoever it was, they were fighting each other in the match. And they were like, Regal's like, do you want to come over, Mark? And I was like, I need bother. But at that point, all the flights were gone, so I had to fly for like fucking, I was like Glasgow to London, London to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to New York, New York to Atlanta, Atlanta to Orlando. And then fucking, mate, I was meant to be going to a house party at Hulk Hogan's house to watch Mania, right? It was decided the night before. I was out with this wrestler called Bram, right? Thomas Latimer, he wrestles now, he's the NWA World Champion. And we were out the night before. And he was like, look, a bunch of the people for Ring of Honor and these other people are going to Hulk Hogan's, I don't know if it was his house or a place he was staying or what, to watch Mania. I don't think it'd have been like a normal house like houses we've got. It'd have been like a big fucking place. But Hulk Hogan had been cutting about, right? But was it
his house or he had like rented it? Fuck knows. He just knew he was going to be
I was told Hulk Hogan's house, do you want to go? And I was like, aye mate. And then I got up in the morning, right, and Regal phone, and I'm like, how you doing? And he's like, Mark, we don't do this for anyone, but I've managed to sort your ticket. And I'm like, oh,
You
no, man.
bastard.
I don't even want to go to Mania. Mate, I don't even really like watching wrestling that much, man. You know what I mean? I liked it when I was away. I liked the stuff that I grew up watching, but I was like, I'm here for business. I don't really want to sit myself in the crowd of wrestling with near my pals, watch Iggy, but I could be getting mad with it at Hulk Hogan's house, you know what I mean?
That seems like such a better option, man.
Mate, I know, but I couldn't say no, right? Because I was like, will he know that I didn't pick up the ticket? So I went, and then there was talking about obese people, right? The seat that I had, there was 2 obese people on either side of me that were that obese that my seat didn't exist. So I couldn't even sit in it because their fat touched, right? So I ended up standing up at a bit where there was like, at the back here, a row of seats, there was like a wee sort of walkway bit where you could get food and all that. So I just stood up there and watched it. And I was like, I'm not even enjoying this. I went to leave, then the Hardy Boys came back. And I was like,
Oh, was it that one?
I went, I'll hang about to watch the Hardy Boys. And then after that, I left. And then I was trying to phone and I couldn't get a signal because I was then trying to go, maybe I could still make it to Hulk Hogan's house for a wee bit, do you know what I mean? And get on it. But nah, it wasn't to be, man.
That is so funny. You ended up in a predicament where like you got a ticket for WrestleMania and you were like, oh, I fucking need to, man. But I know what you mean. Like, even if, because I've actually never, I'm the same as you with wrestling. Like, I like the shit I grew up on, but even at that, sometimes when I watch it back, I get a bit bored watching it because I'm like, wait, the reason I'm so like, attached to this is because I relate it to being away and being pure excited by it and that.
And it was like, it was crazier, and it was like, it wasn't just the matches, man, because the pay-per-views a lot of the time are shite. It was Raw and SmackDown, and it was the shows where it's like Mae Young's giving birth to a Hon and all this mad mental shit's just happening, and you're sitting there pure half-skipped, stoned at your nut going, why is this old woman just gave birth to Hon? Then the Dudley Boys come out and powerbomb off a stage, and you're just like, right, this is what I'm watching for. It's the moments that you remember.
Aye.
That's what you romanticise about. You don't really romanticise about a lot of matches.
No.
It's moments in matches, if it is even that. If there's a match that you like, but it's like 30 minutes, you sit there when you're older and you're like, I can't be fucked with this. And it's like, it became my job as I got older. So it was my work. So when people used to go at me, did you watch this match at New Japan last night? I'm like, mate, I've been at my work all day dealing with wrestling. I'm not going home to watch, I'm going home to play FIFA. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going home to watch fucking New Japan.
Okada versus Kenny Omega.
Mate, I happened to, it was pure embarrassing where I had Jeff Jarrett booked and I had him doing a feud with Grado. And he got hired back. So he done like the start of the feud, like he showed up as a commissioner for a show at Hydro, and we had him hit Grado with a fucking guitar and turn on Grado, turn bad guy, and then we had a bit where he was a surprise entrant in the square goal, which is like our version of the Royal Rumble. So he comes out at SWG3, plays because half his nut. Fucking, I can't remember if this time Grado hit him with a guitar or vice versa, whatever. Doesn't matter. But then it was meant to lead to a match. But first there was meant to be another match with another wrestler called Jackie Polo, and he got signed back off Vince to be a writer, so I couldn't use him. He was contracted, and I was a bastard, man. And so I had a tryout down at NXT UK, down in Plymouth, that I ended up turning down. But at the start of it, the start of that 2-day thing, fucking Regal comes up to me and goes, "Nah, Mark, they're gonna send you someone. Make a list." This is at the first day of the tryout, right? Leave and go and make a list. And I'm like, leave? I'm meant to be doing a tryout. And I was like, aye, alright, cool. So I fuck off, man, go and get a curry. And I'm sitting there and I'm just writing down cunts like fucking Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura and all that. Like, give me all these guys, man. And fucking, I gave him the list and it's all main stars, right? He's like, fucking hell, Mark. Don't get you any of these guys. I went, try kids, don't get sweets, mate. I went, you're taking somebody that I've booked. And fuck it, wait, geez somebody. I mean, I'll see what I can do. So fucking he comes back the next day with this list, man, of these guys for NXT. But half of them hadn't even debuted in telly yet. Like,
so not even own NXT yet?
One or two of them were, but like, not even top guys for NXT, mate. Like, it was pure shite. And I was like, what's this? And on the list was Kushida, right? And he was like, pointed to him. And I was like, was it Kushida? I don't even remember if that was his actual name. But he was like, pointing as if that's who you want. And I went, who's that, mate? And he went, you don't know who fucking Kushida is? You're embarrassed, man. And I was like, he went, fucking hell, Mark. He went, you want him? And I went, aye, give me him then. Give me that guy. And then fucking announced it and it sold a bunch of tickets. And I was like, maybe that's the guy I wanted. It was only like the Academy down at the Gorbals. So it wasn't a massive venue. It was like fucking I think with a wrestling ring, it was like 900 on the flare or something like that. But sold it out with him getting announced, so I was like, cool. But so I'm no, people think that I'm clued up in all this shit, and I'm not really, man. I don't even watch it now. Like, if Mania's on, I watch Mania with my boy who's 16. If like it's the Royal Rumble, I watch that. I'll watch SummerSlam, but I'll sit there half the time going, fuck's sake, I'm scrolling from my phone, no giving a fuck. You know what I mean?
I'm the same. Like, see, when they brought out when they first brought out the WWE Network, I was like, oh my god, because you used to have to try and go on websites to watch all shit, and I feel like it was maybe the inability to watch it all made you crave it more, and then when you had it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch like fucking Royal Rumble 2001, which is like good and shit, but then you're watching it and you're like, right, I think it's like the way I would never do this, but if you had an illegal Fire Stick. And
I absolutely would never do that either.
No, it fucking sickens me. When I hear that people are illegally streaming movies and series, it fucking pisses me right off. Aye, so I'd never do it, but hypothetically, if I was to do it, it's like having the whole selection of everything you could ever want makes you kind of go, I don't know. Like, it's
too much. Your brain can't handle it now. It's not like got to the video shop back in the day. Video shop was a different experience because you went and you hand-picked a thing and you were like, we're going to watch this, and you got sweets and you got a computer game and all that, and then you went home and that was your night sorted. Whereas now you've got the entire video shop on your telly and you're like, I can't think of a single thing to watch.
It is bad because like, I think even see if you like go on holiday and you turn on the telly, you're like, hope they've got like maybe Netflix or YouTube for when we get back it, and you realise they've no, and it's channels. You even in that, like, you'll find that, and I was in Poland there, and they had 2 English channels, and it was TLC, which is a good one to have. It's like, but it was all the fat people. It was all like the fat camp.
There's 1 or 2 shows that they repeat.
And I don't really like the fat ones. I'm more into the sort of like the what's the sister wives? There's one about guys. They're Mormons, but the guy, they're not allowed to be gay, right?
A Mormon one?
It's like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen this where they, like, their wife knows they're gay.
But they don't class it as being gay.
I know what you're talking about.
It's weird,
how they put it.
They say there's a mad term they've got. It's like,
are Mormons the ones that have got hundreds of wives?
I think they can.
Is it Mormon?
I can't remember. Hold on, I'm going.
What's the ones that live in Utah?
I'm thinking the Amish.
Amish, with the beer, and they don't have electricity and all that.
Mormons are the ones that have got a bunch of wives, I'm sure.
They can have like they can have
8 wives now.
So these guys have like, they're like heavily religious, but they're clearly all gay, and there's like 5 of them, and they're all talking about all these gay things they've done, but they're like, but I'm definitely no gay. Like, I'm no a gay guy.
What is this show about? Is this show about trying to stop being gay or something?
It's like a reality show of like their lives and how like all these wives are like, no, I know he kisses guys and that, but it's no in a gay, he's not having sex with guys in a gay way.
I like to watch this.
It's like a religious sort of experience in that. It's mad. Can you try and find the name of it?
It's called My Husband's Not Gay.
There you go.
It follows devout Mormon men in Salt Lake City, 3 of them married to women who identify as experiencing same-sex attraction.
So they're basically being gay without wanting to be tarnished with the gay brush.
They don't want to be tarnished with the gay brush, so they've done a reality TV show. Fuck's sake, man.
So, but back to the channel. So the TLC, but it was only the fat one, so I hate watching the fat ones. And then the other one was Comedy Central, and all they were showing was Big Bang Theory and Friends, right? Which I'm not really into, I'll be honest. But because that's all I could watch, I started going, so Sheldon's starting a business with Raj, I wonder what the fuck that's going. And it's like the limitation of what you can watch makes you just appreciate it more.
Exactly, because you're like, it's either this or nothing. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You've got a movie with like fucking Pauly Shore in it at the video shop. Well, I'm watching it because I've brought it home. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if that was on the telly, you're like, I'm not watching this. This is a load of shite. I had the same experience. I was in India recently, and the telly there is bonkers, man.
What's it like?
Mate, there's just a channel where a guy just plays a drum. I mean, fucking, I turned this on in the morning, went to work, It was a shift, man. It was like I was a producer for a wrestling TV show earlier, called WXM, and I came home and it was like 12 hours later, and I turned the channel on, mate. Same cunt, man, sweating, and I don't think he'd been off a telly. I don't think this was like.
Is this like a live
thing? Aye. Because at the timer in the corner, what time it was and all that, and there was different people behind him and all that, and I'm like, is this cunt just gone for it, man? Aye, just sweating up a storm, man. And then there was a channel where it was just a fat guy and like a wee guy, like a wee little person, as they called him. And one of them had like a squeaky voice, but I think it was like a kids program, and that just played on a loop on one of the channels. And then it was like everything looked like it cost about 50 pence to make. Apart from MTV, they had MTV India, which was just a reality show again, which just played on a loop, and everything else I was like, I can't. Was it Indian shows on it? Aye.
Like, I mean, on the MTV, they won the show.
Not all Indian versions of them all. And then it was like, I think the only channels I had that were kind of like English channels was Discovery, which was just something about being mad alligator wranglers or some shit that was on. And then it was like fucking some other one that was, to be fair, was playing Storage Hunters. So I was like, right, fair dues, man. This is what I'm watching for the next week.
Indian Storage Hunters would be good though.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. Haggling like fucking that. Trying to get everything down to 25 pence. We're in India, so let's get into India, right? So you were contacted by a wrestling company there?
Aye. So I'd left wrestling. So when was the last time I was on here? About 3 and a bit year ago or something like that.
Must be, aye.
So I left wrestling about coming up for 2 years ago, because I wanted to pursue all these different things. Like ICW'd finished on the network, and I was only just hanging about the last couple of years because I was getting paid mad coin off WWE. But really, a couple of years before that, I can admit it now, I'd kind of mentally checked out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, right, I want to go and do something else in my life. But my family had kind of fucking sacrificed when I was starting that it was time for the payday. So I was hanging about for the payday, but I knew Netflix was coming. So when Netflix came, I was like, right, I'll get them on another streaming platform. I'll say to the boys in the office, do you want to run this now? I'll license out the fucking brand to them. I'll get them a sponsor. It was like a bookies, my bookie, the website was called or something like that. And get them on another wee couple of things like Comic Cons and that set up where it's like guaranteed money every year. And then I'm off, man. I want to go and do writing and all these other things and fucking all these other dreams that I had when I was younger. It just so happened that the one that took off was wrestling, and I went, right, fuck, I guess this is it. And off we go to the races, and then I turned around like 18 years later, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm nearly 40 now, man. I want to go and do other things now. So I'd left with the full intention of never doing wrestling again. I was like, I'm done. But it's like Godfather Part 3, man. You know what I mean? Once out, they pulled me back in. And it was Big Damo, who used to be Killian Dane in WWE. Used to work for ICW as well. He was like, I think I've got you a gig in India. And I watched that message. I was like, hold the fucking phone them up. I'm like, what, mate? What are you talking about? And he went, listen, mate, you can go and do this gig in India. It'll be good money and fucking, it'll be an experience and all that. It's got to be some buzz. I'll put you in touch with the guy in like 5 minutes. I was like, fuck, do I want to go in there? And I was like, aye. Well, fuck it. I'll see what it is first. And then talk to the booker. The booker's a wrestler for America. I can't see his name now because he's contracted to EW, but he's of Indian descent. Right. So I think that's how they brought him in as a booker. And he was talking about me going, can you produce the backstage segments and all this and that, help us get a director and blah, blah, blah. So I can do that with my fucking eyes shut, mate. And I was like, but can I get paid good? And he was like, well, what is he after? I went, I'm after this. And he came back and went, well, they said aye. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to fucking India. You know what I mean? So I went, my missus was lying in bed. So as far as she's concerned, I got out of bed, went out into the wee veranda out our front garden to have a cigarette, and I came back in.
Ponder over things.
Aye, and then I came back in, and she just thought that's all I'd went for. And I came back in and I went, guess what, hen? So what? See you in a couple of weeks. I'm going to Delhi. And she was like, what? And I was like, but I'm getting paid this. And she was like, all right, fair enough, hen. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, it was like literally happening a couple of weeks after they'd asked me to do it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have a clue what I was going into. So I got a director, my mate Scott, who runs a wrestling company here called Clan Wrestling at Braehead Clan. Runs it for the Glasgow Clan. They're called the Glasgow Clan now, so he runs that for them. They've got a wrestling company now.
Clan wrestling?
Aye, that's
Right.
the hockey team that does Braehead.
Right, okay.
They own that.
Oh, I didn't realise. I didn't put two together.
Because I think they bought the arena.
Right.
So now they're doing other events in there, like MMA and all these different things. So they started their own wrestling company. So my mate runs it, but he knows how to like direct and stuff like that. So it's like, right, you can come ways and fucking, you can be the director and I'll do all the backstage stuff and all this other shit. And fucking, mate, go after the flight. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Because it looked like bombed out Baghdad, man, where I was, mate. Aye.
It's one country that I honestly think I just would never go. Like, I'm up for mad adventurous shit and that, but see, when I see videos of India, I'm like, oh my God.
But this is the thing, right? Mate, it was a kind of letdown that way, because I see all the videos of guys like pure lying down, dishing out all the food, like biryanis getting flicked off their toes and all that. On the wee leaves and all this, pure scissor kick volleying fucking Jill Phrases into cunt smooth stuff, right? And I was like, right, I'm going to get to see a bit of that. And there was none of that, mate. I didn't see any of that. There was street vendors, but they were a bit more... They were a bit cleaner. Like,
really? The videos I see, which I'm
obsessed. It's like a doorway, it's like a mad hole in it, and he's just dishing out all the food. And
but the food they make is mad though, like, because they make like omelettes with like Skittles and Red Bull in it, and you're like, what the fuck are you hinting when you're making that? It's just guys buying them for like 15 pence.
Aye. And I was like, well, I remember a guy bashes the food off his Oakster. Have you seen that one?
No.
And then he's just pure slapping it down, people are eating it. No. And I'm like, right, this has got to be a rife everywhere. Didn't see it at all. And then the thing was, I was outside of Delhi. So I thought we were in Delhi because we go off at the airport that's Delhi's airport. But then instead of going that way and going into the middle of Delhi, which looks a lot nicer, we went that way to a place called Gurgaon, right? Which is just on the fringes of Delhi. And there's like cows cutting about in the middle of the road and that, right? And it was fucking wild, man. And it was like 3 a.m, we're driving and I'm like, I don't know if I made a mistake here, man. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is like one of the ones where you could go missing, do you know what I mean? I was like, fuck it, at least I've got my mate with me, do you know what I mean? It's not just me on my Todd, right? Because that'd have been terrifying. And then we go to the hotel. The hotel was no bad. Like, the guys that own it are fucking worth hundreds of millions, mate. Like,
really?
Aye, big
money,
boys,
aye.
man. Like, one of them runs a software company that's got offices all over the world. Like, and they're nice guys, not, but they're farting through silkies, boys, man. Like, they're no expense spared. Like, so the hotel was nice and all that stuff, but it's just like the area. And then the next morning I get up and I'm like, right, well, fucking, I'll just take a store up, and I'm like, this is fucking wild, looking about everywhere. And then went in that first day. It wasn't even working that day. It was just going in to have a look as they were setting everything up. They're still building the arena. The tapings are the next day. We're taping 8 episodes of a TV show the next day. They're building the arena. There's like sparks and all that. Cunts with fucking bandsauce and that.
Aye, and sandals and that.
Aye, mate. And I'm like, where's the lights? Where's all the things and that? Right, it's fucking wild. And it was the next day, everything was set up and it looked fucking world class, right? All the lighting, everything was fucking amazing, right? Can't fault it. But that day when I rocked up, I was like, we're not going to film anything tomorrow.
Don't doubt the endings working,
mate,
brother. That would have been going through right through the night, mate.
Oh, aye, they don't stop.
Aye.
They don't fucking stop, mate. And then there's like people that I've never seen that amount of staff for anything. Because there's people higher up the ladder and there's people lower down in terms of like wages and that. And there's some people that I'm like, I wonder if this guy is homeless. Because his job was to like there was guys that were like see, I was holding a bottle, right, and it was like empty. I'd be talking to somebody going, aye, so we need to do this, and then after that we'll have his music kit, and a guy would just grab the bottle at my hand and then hand me another drink. Mate, one day I had like 8 Red Bulls because I didn't notice because I was running about so much. The cunts just kept handing me Red Bulls, mate. And I go back to the hotel and I was like, I am going to have a heart attack, man. And then it was like, when I'm up 4 hours, I was like, fuck, just lay down in bed shaking, man, like that, right? And it was so the next day I was like, mate, it's alright, man, just leave it with the Red
Easy
Bull.
on the Red Bull, mate. Make an omelette with it for something.
Squeeze juice or something. And but there was that many staff that they just worked fucking right through the night. And that first night we also went, let's go down to me and Scott went, let's go down to there was a shopping centre. I was like, so there'll be like fast food places now, because I'm terrified eating stuff out there.
Aye. Because
I've heard horror stories. A big Drew McIntyre, that was the first thing he said to me. He's like, watch what you eat out there. He's like, have disinfectant for your hands do it all the time. If you shake somebody's horn, fucking rub this shit in your horns, mate. He's like, I nearly died there. And he says, we done a tour once where like half the main roster for WWE went down, man. Like, cunts were fucked, right? And I was like, fuck's sake, right? So I went in there with the attitude that I'm terrified to touch anything, right? To touch anything. So there was a Burger King in there, right? I'll get a Burger King. And then I was drinking my drink. And then I realised I had ice cubes in it, mate. Pure had a panic attack and all that. And then I looked up online and the ice cubes are made in bags of water. So it's bags of water they put in to make the ice cubes.
Aye.
But at first I'm just like, have I just drank water for Delhi? Am I going
Delhi
to die?
water?
Aye, mate, am I going to die, man? Right? So we were in there and then we left and on the way down we'd go on a rickshaw, right? So we'd said to the guys in front of the hotel that had the door open, like, how do we get down to this fucking shopping centre? And he was like, 2 seconds, just whistles a guy and waves. So this guy pulls there in a rickshaw. We get in, we pay him, and it was like 50 rupees, right? So he drops his ass. On the way back, there's ones all along the street, but they look much nicer, right? So I'm like, the guy, right, mate, we're going back to blah, blah, blah. He's like, no problem. He's like, 150 rupees, and I'm like, no chance. I'm a fucking tourist, mate. Like, I know how the game's played, right? I'm like, it's 50, and he's like, no, it's no, it's 150, and I'm like, it's 50, mate. And he went, all right, 120, and I went, 100, and he went, 120 is as low as I'm going to go. And I went, all right, cool.
How much is that?
Well, I'll tell you that in a minute, right? So he then, I've got a video of this, right? He then proceeds to turn round. Now in India there's no traffic lights and it's multiple lanes, right?
So they don't even pretend.
No, people just honk horns.
Right.
Every motor's bashed to fuck. Every motor's got scuffs on it, everything, right? There's no point even opening a garage here because I don't think any cunt gets anything fixed. I think motors are to be. There's motors that I was like, this would not be allowed on the road in the UK, like anywhere, everywhere, right? So he then just turns into oncoming traffic and drives the wrong way up the motorway about 1.5 miles, mate. And we're in the back of it's a tin can. It's about the size of this chair, right? You're sitting in a wee bit of wood, like that. And I'm like, I'm going to die. This is it. This is how.
My
At
God,
night,
mate.
so cunts are going, mate, big lorries start vroom, and the wee things start through the wind after the lorry and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then we nearly get to the back to the hotel. And that's when I start doing the math. I'm like, I look up my phone, I'm like, fuck's sake. I'm like, it's about £1.50.
You've been haggling it.
I'm £1.50. And I go to the hotel and I was like, there's 200 rupees, mate. As if I'm big time John, man. I'm like, you go, son, 200 rupees. And he was like, oh, thank you very much. And I was like, fuck's sake, I wish you'd paid them out at the start, man. Like, killed her.
It is embarrassing trying in third world countries trying to pure haggle them because you do go there with the attitude they're like, right, they'll see the white man has now entered.
Aye.
Here's the money.
But they do that though.
They definitely do it. I see when I lived in Vietnam, I went there on holiday for 2 weeks before I actually end up moving, and I went and their money's mad, so it's like dong in Vietnam.
Dong?
Vietnamese dong. That's what it is like, and it's like 30,000 to £1.
What?
Right? So you're constantly getting out like a 500,000 note
For a loaf of bread or something?
Aye, for your shopping and that, aye, milk and that. So I remember, I still, because I was only on holiday, I didn't really grasp the money yet. The guy took us back to the airport and I just had like a 5,000 and I was like, 5,000, kind of looks like a fiver, it's blue and that, I'll just give him that as like a wee tip. And I remember that I'd done that with it. There you go, mate. And I'm like, he'll be grateful. Poor country, you know what I mean? Anything helps. And gave him it and he done that. he just done that noise, just done.
About 10 pence?
I must have handed him 15 pence or something. Imagine doing
It's
that.
a hindrance.
He's like,
Fucking crumbles it up and
what
throws
am I
it
going
away.
to do with that? Imagine being in a black cab here and be like, there you go, mate. 20 pence.
Cut of 2 pences, the wee tube. Like, there you go, son. Fuck aye, man. It was, but the one that done my nutting was when I went back a second time, like a month, maybe 6 weeks after that. And this time we went to Mumbai, which is like Bollywood, right? And we had a bit of free time one night, so we went out to have a look about. One of the referees for London, Tom Scarborough, was like, I want to see something, because him, Raj the Maharaja, who's Jinder Mahal, he's like
Is he back out there now?
he's their star. He's
Right.
been signed as their star.
Right.
And he's Big Drew's one of his best pals.
Aye.
So
What is it they were in? 3-man band?
Three-man
or
band.
something? Aye.
So before I went out, I was like, Drew, tell Big Jinder, because I've never met him,
Aye.
that I'm sound, I'm not a jabroni, right? And he was like, mate, he knows who you fucking up. I'll send him a message just saying, look, as Dallas is producing. So I go on brilliant with him. But when we went out there, it was like they were all flying out like the next night after the show. So we're doing an arena show. This was like a 5,000 seat arena. And they had to fly right after it because Jinder, Tom the ref, and one or two other guys were on a show in Dublin the next day. And like, it was like they had to leave immediately as soon as our matches were there. So he was like, can we go out tonight? You want to go out, Dallas? We'll fucking see something. And I was like, aye, fuck it, we'll go and see something. And even though it was like fucking 10 o'clock at night, the heat was unbearable, man. Unfucking bearable. I was told off one of the people that work there that in the middle of the summer, they have motors that go about the street spraying mist on people because cunts that are fae there die in the street for the heat. I'm going to burst into flames if they ever have a show in the middle of the summer, right? No, obviously the buildings are air conditioned, that, but this is where they fleeced you, right? Is the white man, right? You'd go, how much for this taxi? There's a row of taxis. Guy be like, well, it's this, and you go, right, fuck. I'm not a dafty, man. So you can tell the taxi behind that can see that you're saying no to this guy. So you go, next one, much, mate. Much did he say? Well, I'll get you for this. No. Next one, right? So you get in, you think, fucking, I know what I'm doing here. I know how the game's played. You get in, doors are locked, man. Guy starts driving. He's like, by the way, it's an extra 300 for us to put on the air conditioning. You're sitting there,
oh
you're
my
cooking, man. You're like, no bother, mate. Here you go.
That's a next level of fleecing.
And mate, see what out the aircon and all, and the motor. Oh my fucking days, man.
What temperature are we talking? Like high 30s?
No, 40 something.
40?
Aye, 40 something.
Oh my God.
40 there was one day where they made me do a photo shoot with my 3-piece suit on, like a 3-piece suit and fucking Slaters, mate, like a pure thick suit that you'd wear in Scotland. I was wearing that out earlier and it was 46, mate. And
a 3-piece suit.
Mate, they were like, you need to go and get promo shots done. And I was like, I work backstage, why am I getting promo shots done? They were like, please, we really need you to get them done for the website or something, the staff bit. And I was like, right, fuck, man, okay. So I go and get the photos done and I'm dying, right? I'm like, I'm about to collapse here. And I get up the stair and I'm like, thank fuck. And I'm taking my tie off. And as I'm taking my tie off, they come in, I go, man, you need to leave your suit on. I'm like, how? No, my back is fucking like a big ring of sweat, right down my arse crack. It's this big, it's like a cape of sweat, right through the fucking suit and the fucking wee waistcoat underneath it. And they go, we want you to go on there's news reporters here for the telly, like we want you to do an interview for the TV. And I was like, oh, please God, no, man. And they were like, please, Mark, like we really need you to do it. Like we need somebody that knows what they're talking about, like, and somebody with a bit of, they said like name value because you're from abroad and you've ran this before and blah blah blah. We need you to talk to them. And I was like, all right. And I remember walking in there thinking, I'm going to collapse. And that was the one time I couldn't find the wee guy with the drinks.
Oh,
the
he was nowhere to be seen.
The rest of the time I was there, mate, he was like, with the drinks, man. He was nowhere to be seen, man. I'm like, where the fuck is fucking whatever his name is, man?
Raj.
Raj, mate, where are you? Right, so fucking, he's nowhere to be seen. I go in and mate, I can remember, like, I wish I could see the news thing. I've no seen it. Other than the night when I got home to the hotel and it was on the telly, and mate, I look like a bag of shite, mate. I look pure like that, piss and sweat. And I remember they were lacties before they interviewed me. They went, so what do you want to be referred to as? I went, what do you mean, like under your name at the bottom? I went, just put, and I was joking, I went, put European pro wrestling legend, but I was like delirious, mate. I was about to collapse now. And then fucking when I got back to the hotel, I put the telly on, and then I was like, fuck's sake, here, and it said under it, European pro wrestling legend.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, hi, it's an absolute honour to be here, mate. I'm like trying not to collapse. I think I was holding the wall. I think I had my phone on the wall behind me in case I went and just done a Tommy Cooper, man. Just fucking decked it. Aye. But the heat out there was unreal. Mumbai was a tiny bit better because it was near the water. Like
right,
that's
so you
near
got
the
a bit
ocean.
of a breeze,
you got a bit of sea breeze off it sometimes, but it was still fucking like stifling hot.
Aye,
stifling hot, man.
Jamie went to Goa for New Year one year, and he says, which I'm obsessed with this now. He says that's where. So he was thinking Goa, but dead peaceful. It's kind of like out the way or that. So it's a wee island, I think.
Aye.
So
I believe that's part of India, isn't it?
Aye,
that's the only bit I believe where it's alright to eat meat.
Really?
I like.
Anything goes and go.
I think
Anything goes.
I don't know if it's because the religion, because there's Sikhs and Hindus and different bits that are Muslim and all the different things, and I believe that's me a Christian there, and that's also a tourist trap. So I think that bit gets
I don't like
a wee blind eye to, like,
we need to get the meat down here.
you can get torn into a cow here. You know what I
Well,
mean?
mate, he was saying like Goa is where all the Mumbai party boys come, and they
Aye.
come down and fucking cause it for like a week, just like non-stop partying. And I don't know what it is. See the image of just like a lad's holiday, but it's Indian guys. It's amazing.
mate, they're mental, man.
Aye, they love to party, the Mumbai party boys.
When we taped the TV tapings, and the first time I went, after it they went, we've set up a big after party on the third day after it. So I'm alright, cool sound. Went in and no expense spared, mate. They had like just rows of tables with all different scran, and sees the scran earlier, like the good stuff. Mate, it's the fucking best, man, right? It's got everything you can think of, and then there's like waiters with just all this different bevy, like bottles. Like the boss came up to me, he's like, Mark, I want you to try this Indian whiskey, and they pulled me one about that size, pure attempted murder glass, right? And I'm like, ah, fuck's sake. I had a cut of zips after he left, I gave it to somebody else. But see the wrestlers fae there, right? Some of them were trained by Great Khali and all that sort of stuff, right? So they were all fucking like partying like fuck, like having me up in their shoulders and all that, going yes, and all that stuff. Fucking mate, turn the roof off, because the whole time they'd all been very quiet and very respectful. As soon as you got a drink them, these boys went fucking buck wild, man. Right? Aye, man. And the thing that made me laugh so much was, do you know what their version of Bits and Pieces is?
What?
It's Punjabi MC, man.
What is that?
The mad song that's fucking...
So that plays like...
Oh, mate, the roof came off the place, mate. Cunts tore the building down, man, when that came on.
Was there any shot? The
DJ went like, I went to DJ about 2 hours later, I'm fucking steaming at this point. I'm like, put it on again. He went, no, one time per night, man. He's like,
maximum?
He says, no. Fucking we play it, it's too late, everybody's too steaming, man.
Aye.
Police will be getting phoned and all that. Play it this time of night, man.
Did you have any chance of meeting Khali?
No, man. So
Is he no involved with it?
he's not involved with it, man. Apparently, him and I think there's beef. There's some Cali beef, man, with these boys. I don't know if it's been the beef has been squashed. I don't know if it's all sorted now. But when I first was planning on going out, they were telling me, you're going to be... Cali might be involved with this.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God. Remember I was telling you?
You were saying that, I want to
mate,
get a picture
I'm
with
going
it.
to meet you, great Cali.
Oh my God, I would die, man.
I'd be the best at it. And then when I go out there, it was like, no, apparently we've got a bit of heat with Cali, you know. And I was like, fuck, that's shite, man. But then... I started getting worried, because I was like, where's his school? And they were like, oh, it's just like fucking 10 minutes down the road for you. And I was like, what if he just shows up,
But you're fucked.
and starts tearing the place to
Squashing
pieces?
people's heads.
Mate, if he punched you, man, game over.
Aye,
you know what I mean?
But if that's
That's you just kick him in the leg, wouldn't you? Because his legs look like AI, man. Have you seen his legs now? Mate, see if you saw a photo of the great Cali now, mate, you would say that's badly rendered AI, man, because his legs are like fucking...
He actually
they go
curved,
like
didn't they?
Aye, curved in the way,
like
mate.
2 wooden bananas, man. It's nuts, bro.
He's like, he's gone down.
You could
mate.
just run away from him.
Aye.
But if he got a hold of you, mate, I think...
Oh, game over, mate.
You're fucked, mate.
Aye.
You're
Aye.
absolutely fucked.
You're going back in the box, mate, if he catches you.
Oh,
Aye.
mate, Khali.
But his legs are fucking a shambles now. No, tight in Great Kelly now, man. Let's see. Look at that one there. He's strutting somewhere with that, man.
There is something so... like his social media is amazing.
Because
mate.
there's one I was looking at today that was fucking... That doesn't even date justice, mate. They bend in the way now. It is like bananas. His knees almost meet in the middle. Tight in Great Kelly legs, man. Legs now.
Legs. Yeah, today.
Aye, look at him, man. Fuck's sake.
Oh my God, you see like the bend?
Aye.
That's not... you can fucking leg kick him into...
Aye.
I'm not bothered about Khali anymore.
He's not catching
Khali
you, man.
can get it, mate.
It's the same as Big Show. I think boys with that amount of timber on them, just their legs just collapse eventually.
Too like top heavy.
Aye.
But watching Big Show towards the end of him being in the ring, it was just...
It's like Andre the Giant, man, when he was holding onto the ropes and all that, and he couldn't really stand up. Aye. But I think that's what it is, mate. I think they're just bigger than a human's meant to be, and that amount of weight, your legs are just like, I can't put up with this.
No.
Whereas Kevin Nash is the exact opposite. His legs were like wee skinny twigs when he was a star. Because I remember seeing a hanging Power Slam magazine years ago, and you were like, fuck's sake, and it's like Kevin Nash, like the bottom half of him looked like this wee skinny guy, Like, you're like, how the fuck does he even stand up with his legs? And then top half of him was pure jacked.
Aye.
And now, since he's got older, he's fixed his... I think it was like something the day we used to play basketball, and his knees and his hips were all short and all that. And then as he's got older, he's fixed all that. Because when he worked for me, he didn't really want to do anything physical. And
was he involved with ICW?
he was the commissioner at the Hydro.
Was he? I didn't know that.
Aye, so like, I had this wee crew that was like my faction of like cronies at the time, and it was like, so you had it was Chris Toll, Mark Sweeney, and a few other people. And Big Sweeney went up to Nash before he went out. No, he was pissed off, Nash, because he'd done a show the day before in Ireland, and they were meant to, so it was a flight share. Everybody'd paid for whatever he was doing in Europe. Like all the promoters all pay a part of his flights.
Chipped in.
Aye, chip in, right? You chip in for his work permit and all that sort of shit. And then whoever has him is then going to sort his flight to the next place. So Ireland was meant to sort the flight to Glasgow, and they put him on like a fucking Ryanair flight. The cunt's 7 foot tall, mate.
God.
A Ryanair chairman, and the cunt was fuming, man, rightfully so, right? So he came in, he went, I'm not doing anything. And I was like, no, you're, mate. Yeah. And I thought to myself, like, what am I doing saying this to Kevin Nash?
Sit down.
I'm stressed, you know what I mean? So it's like a long day, you're in the Hydro, you're terrified and all that, right? You're like, no, you are, mate. Because you've probably already dealt with like 50 problems. You're just like, fuck, new Kevin Nash is causing it, man. Nash, mate. Yeah. He went, no, I'm not. And I went, mate, what is the problem? And he said about the flight. I went, right, well, I didn't sort that flight. And I was like, look, I appreciate that, but you need to do this. And then he was like, all right. And I think he kind of respected the fact that I'd said, that I'd stood my ground a wee bit. Aye. And then what happened was we were standing behind the curtain, and I'd planned all these different bits throughout the show because he's the commissioner, but he gets physically involved in things. But he wasn't wanting to do a lot of them. So I'm like, right, I'm going to need to meet him halfway. You know what I mean? Meet me halfway. You know what I mean? Right at the borderline. That's where Kevin Nash is, right? And I'm like, all right, I'll meet you halfway, mate. And I was like, right, can you do this, and this at least? And this thing in the main event, this thing at the start. You're like, cool, right? So that's sound, mate. So fucking Sweeney goes up to him and goes, we want to do this wee bit in the ring. Dallas is going to introduce you in the ring. And then we want to pick up Chris Toll and do the two sweet thing that Kevin Nash does where he goes like that. And Nash goes, no. But he didn't, in fact, Sweeney didn't mention that it was with Toll, right? He just said, why do this two sweet thing? And he went, no, I'm not doing that. And I went up to him and I went, listen, mate, this is where he's a worker, right? And he gets it. I was like, see that wee guy there? And he went, the little fella? I went, yeah. I went, I've got a spot I want to do, mate. I want to do a thing where we all go to do two sweet with you, and then he tries to do it but can't reach, and then we all think about it and we pick him up, and then we pick him up on our shoulders, and then we all do two sweet. And he went, right? And I went, I tell you what, I went, see if I go out there and cut a cracking promo. I went, just give me a wee nod when you come down to the ring, and that will let me know that it's on, mate, right? And you're up for it. So fucking I go out there, pure G him up to fucking, please welcome Kevin Nash. Comes out, fucking gives me the wee nod. I'm like, brilliant. We did a wee hang with Toll. Toll's like, jumping up, can he get we pick Toll up, too sweet. Fucking we leave, he cuts his promo, he loves the crowd, he's buzzing. He comes back and he's like, what were those things you wanted me to do? I went, well, there was this bit where you knee kick fuck at this guy, like knee him in the corner. That's like a famous Kevin Nash thing.
Aye.
With the big knees and all that. And then there was this bit, and then there was this bit, and he went, okay, fuck it. He went, give me 5 minutes. He went, I'm gonna go get my knees on. I went, cool, mate. And he walked away, and that's how fucked his legs were. He was literally going to get big, massive knee braces on. Like, they fucking start there and end there, and they'd like big metal bits up the sides to hold his legs up.
Like the one Stone Cold would wear, like the big metal knee.
Two of them. Two big belters, man. Because physically, like, in order for him to do that stuff at that point in time, he needed that. Whereas now,
just to do a wee 2 minute thing.
Whereas now he's a lot better, but I don't know if it's because he's no got acromegalia, which is what Andre the Giant, and I think Big Show had it and then got the gland removed, and Callie's definitely
Callie's get five of them, man.
Giantism, essentially.
Aye.
So I think that's why, because I think their bodies keep growing and their skeletons don't. And our skeletons eventually just collapse like his fucking mad banana legs, man. Can't handle it.
See when you were starting to deal with like these sort of mainstream known names in wrestling, when did you straight away did you have the balls to be like, no, you're doing this, or did that take time for you to be like, I know that they'll respect if I just tell them how it is.
No, you had to tell them.
Aye.
Or they'd eat you alive, man. Aye. Luckily, I didn't have a lot of problems with guys. I've told last time was when I told you about the hardcore Holly thing where I thought he was going to kick fuck at me. That was terrifying. Bubba Ray Dudley was a bit of a fucking scary man.
He seems like a fucking dick, mate.
He was a wank, mate.
Aye.
I'll say it, like I thought he was an absolute wanky guy. We paid him good money. They'd literally left Raw the night before. I paid him fucking top shelf money to announce him the next day. Usually there's a 90-day no compete. I can't even remember how we got around the legal loophole. I think WWE
has like Legends contract or something.
it was the WWE gave them an unconditional or conditional release or some shit where it was like, right, and we announced them the day after their last match in Raw. This is when they were older, but I was like, fuck, that's a big fucking thing.
Was that when they came back?
Aye,
They returned and then had a wee mini run.
Yes.
So,
so when that run ended the next day, mate, we announced them. It was that show where we had them, Kurt Angle, fucking, I can't even remember who else, but it was like, that show was massive, like Ricochet or these cunts were on it. And the only thing I'd said was, because this is the thing you should do, right? If you're ever a wrestling promoter, don't be a wrestling promoter, it's a cunt job. But the thing you should do is tell a star if they're losing. Don't wait to the day and go, because sometimes they want to negotiate if...
So they maybe want more money if they're going to lose in that? Do they kind of like, would they like put you in a position where they sort of hold you up?
Aye. So I told them ahead of time, you've to put her in my tag champs, no problem. And then it was when he got there the day before, we were doing a show at the garage the night before, where Rob Van Dam was that the Rob Van Dam one? I believe it was. Aye. And Rob Van Dam was making a surprise appearance that night in the garage, and then he was also wrestling the next night. But Dudley Boys weren't wrestling that night, they just flew in because the show was the next day. And he came up to me and I was like, this cunt's the size of a bus, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't realise until you're running. Like X-Pac looks tiny on the telly, and then you don't realise he's like 6 foot. Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy, because he's next to like Triple H, probably a bit taller than him.
A lot of wrestlers were a lot bigger. But nowadays it's they're not as big. Like Rob Van Dam's another. There's ones that are deceptive the other way. Like,
so you think they're bigger?
Aye.
But is that no because they sort of kayfabe they want to make them seem bigger than they are?
No. I mean, like physically, like Rob Van Dam isn't that tall, but I think because his arms and all his chest and all that, like I think because he's built quite a lot, you think he's taller.
Aye.
But Rob Van Dam's not much taller than me.
That's crazy.
So how's X-Pac 6 foot? It doesn't add up, mate. It doesn't make sense.
Because he's kind of lean.
Aye.
But then see if you ever go back and see when he debuted and it was like he beat Razor Ramon.
Aye.
He looks taller there than he did later.
Aye.
But I don't know if it's because he's like lankier there. But then when he gets the muscle in that, it sort of makes him look squashed down. That's mad. I thought they two were like... I would say they two were like the exact same height.
Aye.
That's baffling, man.
It's weird, isn't it?
Aye.
So what was I saying there? I've totally forgot.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley, aye. So he walks up and he's like, yeah, we can't do it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you can't do it, mate? You're doing it. And he was like, he went, what? And stepped forward and I was like, oh, fuck, man. He is actually going to book fuck at me. And I just said, no, look, this is what you're booked today. Like, I've got all the emails now. You know what you're in today. And then he went, yeah, but people want to see the 3D. And I was like, right, because that's their finisher.
Aye.
I was like, I know people want to see the fucking 3D. I went, can you not just hit the 3D and then fucking something happens? And he went, no, but nobody kicks out the 3D. And I was like, oh, right, I get you. And I was like, right, cool. I went, well, how about you don't hit the 3D? And he went, no, but... So I kind of bamboozled him with that one. And he was like, no. They need to see the 3D. And I was like, right, cool. I says, how about then we finish the match, since these other guys are technically good guys or not. I went, and then we have a bad guy. So it was the wee man, Neil the wee man Bratchpiece, and his wrestler at the time, Davey Blaze. I went, how about they come down with a microphone and give you all shit? Then you all battle them. Then you give them the 3D. And I had him there, like, checkmate. You know what I mean? What have you got to say then? And he was just like, yeah, that'll work. But then, see, on the night, he fucking botched the finish, right? Didn't do the 3D. And then when Davey and that came out, he just powerbombed him through the table. And I was like, that was, fuck you. And Devon seemed raging backstage about it. Like at Bubba.
But right,
Aye.
but he seems like a pure mark for himself. But like bit mega. Like even watching, I don't watch it, but I see clips for that LFG thing. Like
Aye.
and the way he acts as if it obviously. He had a good career, but he acts like he's fucking Ric Flair or
Aye,
something, as if
aye.
like, how dare you ever question anything that I'm telling you?
I can't say, but there's people that he was on a WWE thing not that long ago, like appeared on a show, and took that long on his bits that they had to do rewrites backstage and all that during the show because he was like, and that's how. I mean, to be fair, they are one of the greatest, if not the greatest tag team of all time, so I get that, but. Devon was a lovely guy. Mm-hmm. Why are you?
He's a reverend, mate. He's a
reverend,
holy guy, mate.
Why are you such a wank, Bubba? Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I can say that now because I'll know about my name. Watch this, they'll book him for India next show, man. I'll be like, how you doing, mate? Don't clip this, man.
Imagine
Fuck's sake.
that. Signed the Dudley boys to come out.
See, that's the thing. Like, I was at a point where I was like, I can just say whatever I want now. And then now I'm like, oh fuck, I could feasibly bump into these cunts again, man, because I'm back in the game.
Aye.
Technically, only a wee bit, but like, this company's got coins, so they're booking cunts.
So could be anybody.
Chris Masters was on the last show and stuff like that, and they've got big Raj the Maharaja, big Jinder Mahal booked for them. So, like it could be anybody. Because like you were saying there about Ric Flair and all, like I've had a run in with Ric Flair in the past as well.
Will we save that for the Patreon?
Aye, mate.
Right, okay.
We can give this away for fucking free, mate.
No, we'll get all the good stories in the Patreon.
Let's just say that I've fought with like 50% of the horsemen in the past. Not the one time I'd have got wild. I've nearly fought with 50%.
Fucking hell. So just to end this part, do you need to go back to India?
So I was meant to be going back this month or last month, and then the whole thing happened with Pakistan with the whole potential nuclear war. That wee chestnut, know what I mean?
And nuclear war between India and Pakistan is guys throwing Red Bull omelets at each other.
Just another day at the office with the boys, man. They're always at war, man, it seems like. But this one seemed a bit more serious because we were there when it already kicked off at Kashmir, but Kashmir was 35 hours away from where we were, right? So everything seemed normal. And then it was when we went back, I was saying to one of the boys that works there, I was like, listen, mate, I went, earlier in the news, they're making it like fucking the place is burning down. I mean, it's mad to see and experience the other side of the world in the flesh and then come back here and hear how they're making it out when it's night and day. And he went, I don't know about that, Mark, mate. We've just done a bomb drill in our fucking office. And I went, oh shit. And he went, you missed it by a fucking day, Mark. You know what I mean?
Mate, what about as well the flight, the Air India flight?
Mate.
Is that who you flew with, no?
No, I flew with a worse one. That Air India's like Air India.
A worse one?
No, so they gave us good flights. British Airways, KLM first time, Emirates the second time. But I hate flying long distances, right? So I'd go Valium, 2 milligram Valium after doctor, right? So they were like, I thought they were going to give me like 4. Couldn't give me 15 of these bad boys,
What?
right? Aye, 15, mate. A sheet of these, right? They're only 2 milligram,
I think
right?
he's wanting you to be a runner for the ball, that man.
So they're only 2 milligrams, so don't do a lot to you. But I did get a bit scared about 5 hours into a flight. So see if I'm flying to London or something, I don't care. See if it's like an hour or two flight. Disney, I don't know why it doesn't bother me, but seeing I'm air an ocean and I'm
That
in a tin
fucks
can,
me up, mate.
I just get a moment and I'm fine up until that point, but then it pops into my head and then I can't get it out and then I freak out a wee bit and I'm going, if this goes down, I'm dead, right? So we were meant to be flying back. So I'd gubbed 2 of them, right, in the airport. And I'm walking towards the terminal, right, where we're meant to go. And one of the wrestlers that's flying to America, now in the air, sometimes you can get Wi-Fi to send messages.
Aye.
He WhatsApps me and goes, London shut, right? And I'm like, fuck is he talking about? Is this Obama or something? London shut? What does that even mean? Right? So I've took a couple of these Valium, right? I'm a doctor. And I'm like, what does he fucking mean, London shut? And then my missus messages on WhatsApp and she's going, seen this? And it's a substation exploded that powered Heathrow. And we were got to Heathrow.
Aye.
Right? So I went, what the fuck? So then all the boards, boom, 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 cancel. Mate, it was like 250,000 people around the world were stranded that day, right? So I'm now full of my Valium, right? I'm like, oh no, man, this is for the flight home. So that's important to the story later. I wasn't just adding that in for no reason, right? But now I'm out of Valium because it was multiple flights getting there and it was meant to be multiple flights back. So I'm like, fuck. Right. And this was like, so we've had to go back into the airport and we're waiting there for hours. We waited there that long that the boy that was flying to London to fly to America that messaged me, they couldn't get anywhere for his flight to land, so they just turned him around mid-air. So this poor bastard must have been on a fucking 12-hour flight that landed in the same place he took off with.
Oh my God.
And we were in the airport that long that he came off with his bags and bumped into us and we were like, what's happening here, mate? And they're going, British Airways like, we don't know where we've to put all you, right? 250,000 people in the world. The airport is pandemonium. That airport alone had thousands of people that are maybe gone home that knew only, right? Luckily it was British Airways, right? Because a lot of other cunts were just we like Virgin and all that. These ones were just getting told, book your own hotel, buy your own food, keep your receipts and we'll reimburse you at some point. Whereas British Airways were like, right, we've sorted hotels, so group A and B are going to this one, and it was a 5-star hotel. And it's like group C and D are going to this one, which is 2-star. Indian 2-star is 1-star, half a star, right? And I was like, fuck, man. So I've looked at my ticket, group D. I'm like, nah, this isn't happening. So I'm like, by now the Valium's wore off and that, right? So I'm back sharp as a tack, right? I'm like, excuse me, pal. How long are we waiting here? They went, well, we're waiting for some buses to come, then we're going to take you to the hotels. I went, well, I'm in group A. And I went, so have you got it on your phone there, the hotel that I have to go in? She went, absolutely. I've got my phone out, and she went, click, 40. I went, he's got, right, moan, mate, we'll get in a taxi. We've jumped in a taxi. I went, take us there, right? I've walked in, boom, right in it, mate. This place was fucking palatial, mate. Like marble, fucking everything in the foyer, right? Couldn't play the piano and all that, right? in the foyer. I'm like, fuck, here we go. So I'm like, in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm like, excuse me, John, businessman, Glasgow, flights, Heathrow, pandemonium, everything. You have to give me room, British Airways. And he's like, okay, let me check your number. At that exact moment, mate, a bus pulls up, right? And fucking hundreds of people get off. And the lobby's a lot of people shouting all with their bags and all this, right? And the guy just goes, writes my name down, fucking hands me a key. Hans got a key, and I'm like, move. And we're fucking out of there, man. All expenses paid. Fucking breakfast, lunch, dinner. Fucking pure banging hotel right in the middle of Delhi, right? And we were there for 3 more days, right? So at the end of this, like lounging and some of the guys like raging upstairs, so the bosses took us out to this thing called India Gate, which was this big fucking archway that you're not allowed to stand inside this bit, and we got to stand under it and get photos taken, and we're out with like Jinder Mahal in India, mate, right? And one of the other bosses who's the wrestling side of things, who's called Jeet Rama, who used to be in NXT, but he's like this amateur legend there where amateur wrestling's massive. Mate, these two are like gods, right? So we're with them in the middle, like where all the Prime Minister's house is and all that shit, right? And fucking, mate, they had security guards, people swarming us, right? They got us police escorts, they took us in rickshaws into Old Delhi, took us to this fucking restaurant. Mate, it was the best. I'm walking down this wee back street, and Big Raj is like, do you know if any white boys went down here themselves at night time, they get fucking murdered? And I went, fuck's sake, mate. He went, but you're with Raj and fucking Jeet, brother. And the two of them were on either side of me. I'm like, I'm a fucking king, man. Right? It was the best. So, but after that, it gets to day 3, and I'm like, I need to get home, man. I'm pushing back all my work. I'm phoning things going, I'm stranded. Like, I can't do this. I need to rearrange this and this and this. And it's fun at first. Gets to day 3 and I'm lounging at poolside and I'm like, I'd actually, at this point, I actually kind of need to get back, man, because it's a day and a half of travelling and all to get back. So I'm like, right, can you a phone or a travel department? I'm like, any chance of getting us something? And he's like, right, I'm trying to know. I've been trying fucking since your flight got cancelled. They went, what about this one? And it was a British Airways one that stopped in Baghdad. And I went, absolutely fucking not. A British Airways flight that stops in Baghdad. I was like,
asking for it.
No, mate. They'd be taking photos of the top of my head chopped off like they did with that Air India flight. Did you see that one?
European wrestling legends head chopped off.
And News at 9. Did you see that one where it was the top of the guy's head?
No,
mate, they were all taking selfies with it in the street. And it's lit noise heat. It just the top of his dome, mate, on the pavement. And that was it. Mate, there was another one. I shouldn't laugh because it's no funny, but it kind of is the way it was. Mate, there's all these press, right? Because all the English wrestlers like Shah Samuels, all these guys, but we've all got a group chat, the ones that would go to jobs there. And they were like, boys, seen this? Because they did fly Air India to London, and it was an Air India flight to London a couple of weeks later that fucking exploded, mate.
Aye.
It went into a building, right? And it's, mate, so we've all getting shown these videos off Twitter and everybody's sending me. So I'm going, mate, look at this, man. And or it was like Emirates, KLM, for no none of this fucking Air India shit, right? And I'm like, no, I'm no fucking doing that either. And it was a video where they opened the back of an ambulance, right? And the fucking EMTs and the doctors are running up and they're trying to give this guy chest compressions. Like, go, get out of the way and all that, right? And as if they're like George Clooney in ER. But mate, this guy's a skeleton. Like, he's charred for there, right? And this off him, I'm not exaggerating, is literally just a skeleton, like a burnt skeleton. And it's like, I don't think you're saving that guy, mate.
Nah.
He's gone. But because the camera's there, it's like that. It's like, I wouldn't want to be saved if I was him. And mate, I guarantee he was dead already. Like, that guy was long gone, right? So anyway, fucking, this was the trip before like, all that shit happened. That happened a couple of weeks after our second trip. The first trip's the one where Heathrow fucking shut down. So the lad, no Baghdad. They went, look, we can get you one, but it's not a great airline. Now this time, planes only just falling out the sky into buildings, so I just think, fuck, it's just an airline, right? So they're like, it's called Indigo, right? Indigo is like the equivalent. Now I know this, right? If Air India is like British Airways, this is like fucking Ryanair, mate. This is India's Ryanair, mate. I went on. So they were saying, we can get you a flight for there. I fucking think it was like Turkey. Then Turkey was Turkish Airlines home. I'm like, get us on that, right? So we get on the plane. The plane has got no signage on the side of it. It's just a grey plane. Never seen that in my life, right? Like an old USSR plane that they've repurposed. Like
What, no, didn't you have their name on it?
Nothing.
Oh
mate.
my God,
It gets
man.
worse, right? So we get on the plane and there's stickers on the tellies. So tellies, I've got stickers on them. No, like they've removed the tellies. They just went, right, sticker. Just forget that telly's there, mate. You've not got a telly anymore. The remote still lights up underneath it. That's on the back of the chair. So I'm like, well, it's clearly a telly, right? There's just you're not giving me a telly. The screens in the middle of the aisles weren't on, right? Fucking, there wasn't even a wee book to buy like cigarettes and fucking all this shit, like
after-shaving
duty-free and
that, aye.
none of that, right? I went like, can I get something to drink? And the woman gave me a wee carton thing and a wee cup of like orange juice, and I'd done it in one gulp. I went, can I have more? And she went, it will cost extra. And I went, what? And she was like, right, cool. And I went, do we not get like any in-flight food or anything like that? She went, no. And walked away, right? This was a fucking 5.5 hour flight, right? And then when we took off, there was this bit where we went, look at that. And I remember looking at Scott and just, mate, the colour drained for his face. And mine must have been just as white as his, mate, because I've never been as scared. Now, this is prior to all this. See, when I thought back, mate, I was lying in bed after that crash had happened that night, and I shuddered. Like, a shudder went up my spine. I went, what was I doing, man? Like, and since then, apparently, there's been like 2 or 3 more like incidents with planes. I don't think there's like ones as bad as that, like fucking, but like nearly crashing and stuff like that with Indian Airlines. So
they're up to something, mate. Something's happening there, mate.
Something to do with the old government, know what I mean? But that flight was fucking awful, man. Indigo Air, man.
Don't recommend.
No, God's sake, man. Mate, I don't even think they done the thing where they go like that in case of emergency.
I didn't even bother.
It's a free for all, man.
Mate,
Like
life jackets, nothing.
all the best to you,
If
man.
it crashes, we're off it. We just accept it.
We've not even got the wee mad chute for you to go down.
We've not
We've not even got anything for you to go down into, mate. You're on your own. Grab onto the wing, you can.
We're not even pretending. Mate, we'll need to wrap up the YouTube part of the episode. Is there anything you want to plug? You get anything coming up?
The Heavy Good podcast is my weekly podcast with Neil the Wee Man Bratchpiece and Roy Bryson. Give that a swatch. What else have I got? There's a few other things.
Clan Wrestling.
September 6th. That'll do, fuck it. Clan Wrestling, September 6th. Family Friendly Wrestling. Return of Gallus for WWE, the first show in the UK since leaving WWE. Grado, Jester, Shah Samuels, all your favourites on it. Got to be a cracking day. Tickets on sale now, priced at £10. That's the starting price. They go up to higher than that, but starting at £10. And the Heavy Good podcast. That's the main one. Get that a swatch. But that's about it, mate.
Ideal, man. Right, we're away to Patreon to tell the fucking juicy stories now. Patreon.com/Reilly's Gaff for the rest of the episode. Let's get to it. I want to hear about Ric Flair.
Oh, mate.
Let's do it. See you later.
See you.